What's up, y'all? I'm Mr. J.I. and channel is The Game Don't Wait. We're talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 and how it's breathing life into the older games. If y'all watch my streams or watch my videos, I've been waiting for the Switch 2 for a while. And it's almost like when the Xbox 360 was getting long in the tooth and it was out for 7 years. We was dying for a successor. That's how I felt with the Switch, with the Nintendo Switch. And as you can see, my my original Switch is getting cooked, baby. I don't know if you can see that, but the batteries are expanding. And, the charge is not holding. Nintendo Switch 2 dropped right at the perfect time because I don't think there's much days left. I bought that one at launch date. I've talked about what I wanted most from a Nintendo Switch 2 is just to be able to play all the old games and have them run a little bit better. I was following all the news and all the reports saying what the features was gonna be, and I don't know about you, but it felt like all the original Switch games might not work, and there was no sign of any performance boost except for in select titles. So imagine my surprise when I started playing some of my old games on the Switch, and out of nowhere we getting 60 frames in some games that ran at 30, and loading times of much faster in some cases. Why ain't y'all tell nobody, baby? If I was a Nintendo, I would have been putting that on the back of the box for real. And you know what's crazy? I did a whole video saying how I hope these games get update packs, and I hope these games, get a patch, and some of them just flat out run better with no update pack or patch. So aside from playing the new Mario Kart game like everybody else, I've been rummaging through my old game collection just to see how they run on the new hardware. It's starting to feel like when I upgrade my PC, like when I get a new graphics card and I go all through Steam just to see, let's see if I can bump the graphics settings up. So one of the games I tested was Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, which I forgot that there was a regular Fire Emblem Warriors. There was a 3 Hopes Fire Emblem Warriors. For some reason I thought it was just one Fire Emblem Warriors that dropped. But when I started playing Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, lo and behold, it was looking so smooth. I mean, crispy. 60 frames, and I know it didn't look like this before. Ain't no way it looked like that. Nah. Nah, he ain't look like this. Cut it out. That's 60 of them things. It could use some maybe a resolution bump or something. Maybe a texture pack, but I guess that might be asking too much for free. You know what? Them boys probably didn't even know it was gonna run better. Maybe they didn't know it was gonna run better, and they was like, "Oh snap, we could have charged for this." I also checked Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, a game I've been on the back burner and dropped because the loading times were killing me, and I played it. Wind up playing it the whole weekend. Beat the old DLC that I had sitting on the shelf with the Dr. Doom. But I noticed there's no frame drops. It's still locked at 30 frames per second, which is fine. The loading times were noticeably quicker. So I could go into gauntlet mode. I can go in and out of that without feeling like I'm waiting all day at a loading screen. It wasn't super faster, but it was noticeably faster. I wind up trying quite a few games, and they all seem to just run better in one way or another. A lot of these games say last played 2021, last played 2019 and stuff. But what I did not expect to happen when I bought my Switch 2 is for me to want to play all these gold games that I had shelved. And it makes me want to go through my backlog and start knocking out some of these games. And it makes me want to revisit Bayonetta 3, one of my favorite games. It makes me want to, replay some older titles just to see how they look. So for me, Switch 2 has already met my expectations. Now I'm just looking forward to what games they're gonna drop a patch for, and you know what performance upgrades they're gonna give us. We already see we got a Splatoon 3 update. Boy, I went into that hub. I didn't know where I was. I didn't recognize the place. The city hub, it was looking crispy. So what do y'all think? Are y'all feeling the Switch too? Are y'all surprised by the performance updates for improvements for the older game? Did I miss some news that said they were gonna do that and I'm surprised for no reason? Hit me up in the comments, let me know, and I will holler at you next video. Just to let y'all know what's going on with the channel, I completed the Elden Ring DLC, which was beginning to feel a little hopeless after bumping my head against a brick wall that is the last boss on that game. There's a meme out there that says me going into the game without changing my strategy and expecting to get a victory. That was me. And that's what happened. By the 80th, 90th try, I wind up getting a W. The week after that, we'll be back to streaming, and I think it's time to play Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, a game that I have not played yet, and I kept kicking myself for missing it. And I was, once it started getting closer to the Switch 2, I was crossing my fingers hoping that it would be some type of performance improvements on it. I gambled, got lucky, and that's what we gonna do. We gonna play that next week. It's time, baby. So, well, as usual, be on the lookout for more videos, live streams, and video game beat remixes. So, peace and blessings and much gaming sessions. We out, y'all. Peace.